we take a look at those digital asset treasury firms, think of Strategy, for instance. What have we seen there with, when you talk about potential crisis perhaps, so given the collapse of the market and or their market net asset values having fallen, so what have they had to do as a result?
Yeah, so what is happening previously with these Bitcoin or digital asset treasury companies is that when the mNAV was positive or higher than one, it meant that the company was worth a lot more than their holdings. And so what ended up happening is it was creating this bit of a positive flywheel effect where people would buy the shares, which would give them more ability to go out and buy more Bitcoin, which would then increase the company value, which would then go on to continue to increase the multiples in which it was trading the company, being the largest example, trading many multiples over its net asset value, which is the value of the Bitcoin that it's holding. Now it's actually slightly below its net asset value. And what they have stated in previous earnings calls was that if Bitcoin or the Bitcoin value was to be more than the company, they would sell down Bitcoin holdings in order to be able to bring the company value back up to par, to be one of its, so that its holdings was worth as much as the company. And so that's a really tough position to be in as a Bitcoiner, to hear one of the largest holders of Bitcoin, Saylor, controls about 3% of the supply. He's always saying never sell, which is a true idiom of the Bitcoin markets, is the hodl mentality. But unfortunately, if he is forced to do so, not by his own decisions, but based off what his shareholders are expecting, he's not going to go out and commit securities fraud and say that, okay, I'm not going to do that because I'm never going to sell the Bitcoin. He's going to sell the Bitcoin to protect the net asset value and the company from being too heavily diluted and going to zero whilst they've got a multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin treasury on their balance sheets. So that's a big concern.